Today is March 12th, 2025, and a thought came to mind just about conversations with people who I have not had communication with in a while. The thought came up about my Uncle Gary. And I know when I was at his birthday party in January, his wife had suggested that I come back out. Excuse me, come back out at a later time alone. I didn't even, my assumption would be for some type of conversation, but I kind of shut it down in the moment, like, no, I'm not going to do that or whatever. But basically, I am not willing to have a group conversation with any people regarding an issue I may be having with one person. And the reason being is because I have in recent times and in within the the marriage I had previously, I felt so ambushed about personal matters because in that marriage, our it was not a lot of communication. And then when there was any form of communication, especially on a vulnerable matter or a matter of the heart, it was shared by my previous spouse with his family members, and I wasn't quite understanding why our personal marital conversations, even if they were interrupted conversations or a conversation that was put to the side to address later on, it was immediately shared, and I'm not quite sure if it was shared accurately. More of a one sided share or even a misleading share um, with other people. And it felt so discouraging and disheartening. And so, even to the point of our separation, he went to my uncle and gave him whatever story he wanted to give him to, I don't know, weigh people's or weigh his emotions or my uncle's emotions or feelings on the matter of our separation in the ex's favor, which again, this is a personal matter to me. If and I expressed to the ex that if there was some type of conversation that needed to be had outside of the two people, me and him, involved in the marriage, that it should be addressed to um, a therapist or professional counselor. But for whatever reason, he chose to share it with his personal family members. And even, like I said, upon separation with my family members. And so it shut down. It completely shut me down with communication to my uncle because I didn't appreciate him receiving and entertaining that type of communication from him. It felt very hypocritical and I didn't have a safe place with him, and I didn't feel secure or protected, or that there was any type of loyalty within my family. You know, that guy had his own family, and now he's pulling my family members, which are very limited, to his side, and it's not necessarily a side versus side, but I cannot share my intimate feelings. Not that I even wanted to, but I cannot have a relationship with a person who was listening to a liar, um, in choosing sides. It was more of a, oh well, this person is telling and it's gossip, so I'm just gonna listen here since you're not talking about it. But I was protecting my relationship. So it's not for everybody to hear, consume, and add into, because they're not there to deal with the consequences of it all. And it's biased. So if there's some communication to be had, if it's not going to be between us two, then it needs to be with a professional, unbiased party. But and my ex did not have those same feelings, and the people he was going to were caught up in the entertainment of the drama, I guess. I don't know what that was, but moving forward into 2025, when it was suggested by my uncle's wife now for me to come out, I'm not coming out to have a group conversation with her, my uncle, possibly her daughter, just this group setting of 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 conversation. I'm just not into it at all, because I felt ambushed by the ex, with him gathering, through lies, his his numerous family members against me, and then pulling my family members against me, and it's just me by myself defending myself to my defending my marriage, or things that happened in my marriage, to someone who's blatantly lying, and they're believing him. So that was a no for me. But the thought came to mind that no group discussions, and even if it's a supposedly friend situation, I'm not having a group discussion with a squad of people about this person's presumed issue with me. I'm not having group conversations when I have a disagreement, misunderstanding, or if someone just on their own is having some unexpressed issue with me. It's not going to be a group setting for all this other input when all of the details are not even clear, but yet other people have all these opinions. So that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to stay. And if that's what people want to have, then they can have those gossip sessions, but I will not be in attendance.